Hello, friends.
Oh, we're doing this again.
It's time for the spectacular.
Oh, I'm excited.
A jumbo series of live shows.
Cool.
With guests whom you all know.
We sure do.
We got all you need in the TV Co app, which is free. We're talking everyday life with BB alums, old school, new school. It's all epic fun. So let's get started, friends, because us three got a lot to discuss.
We do.
It's time to enjoy the show.
It is.
Let's see who'll be joining us.
Hello, everyone.
Yeah. You're doing great.
Guess who's enjoying the intro?
Hooray!
It's me, and I'm sorry, Nicole, I tried for you, but we got guests. We gotta start the show. Go, Nicole, start the show. Start it now.
Fine.
Hear you fine. Hello, everyone. Hello, Nicole. How are you doing?
Hello, Eric. I'm good. How are you today?
I am doing fantastic. I am doing wonderful. Although I, don't understand what you're wearing.
I'm channeling. My sister said I look like a bird, so I'm channeling the bird realm to make peace with them. It's my peace offering. Maybe they'll love me.
Okay, so there's no other reason you're wearing that.
There's a lot of reasons. It's the theme for the show, but we're not there yet. Surprise.
All right. Well, then first, let everybody know that wherever you guys are watching this show, make sure that you follow, like, subscribe, whether it's Instagram, Twitch, Twitter, Facebook, YouTube, of course, in the Hello Friends community, in the free TV Co app. That's where you guys get to be a part of the interactive features of this show, like our polls and our posts that happen before the shows. Of course, wherever you're watching, you can be involved in the live polls and live meters as well. It doesn't matter where you watch to take part in those, and we have some fun ones for this show. Of course, sharing is always appreciated too. Share the show now. Let people know that we're live. Share it after the show if there's someone that you think might like it. And if you are having trouble finding us on all of those places, you can head over to HelloFriendsPod.com. Click on the Find Us Live page. You will see all of my socials, Nicole's, the socials for the show. You can also find our live show schedule and more.
There it all is. Love to hear it.
Love to hear it, Nicole. So yes. What is going on now with this whole outfit?
Okay, so this ensemble is brought to you. Here we go again. This ensemble is brought to you by the Dollar Tree. This is not an ad, by the way. This is all my Mardi Gras garb.
Now, I feel like you've sabotaged me because you told me, and I quote, if you can wear a green shirt. So you had me wear a green shirt and you came looking like Lord of the Bird People.
I have on green as well. I told you, I said, Eric, please wear green and or purple and or gold. So I gave you several options, different dynamics. You could do like a gold and a purple. You could do a green and a gold. You could do a green and a purple. You had several options. And I do like the green and attempt at purple that you have right now.
Okay. I see what you're saying. If you could just give me just 1 second. Just hold on. Just un momento. Just one little second. And King of the Mardi Gras is here. So.
Oh my gosh, yes.
Okay. King of the Mardi Gras is here. Hello.
I'm loving this. I think we're full festive. I have on my little hat.
I have on my king crown. And my Nicole glasses.
Your what glasses?
Nicole glasses. Can't you see? They're the regular glasses, but then they have the stupid turtle on them.
I had thought you said my hoe glasses, so I was a little concerned.
Also works too, hoe glasses.
But we're here, and everybody, we are ready for Mardi Gras. We are ready for our New Orleans, I don't know how to say it, New Orleans traditional day of festivities, which I've learned a lot about today in my research.
What did you learn?
So, first and foremost, I thought Mardi Gras was just a holiday celebrating one day. I didn't know today is technically the end of like the Mardi Gras season. So, today is the end of it. It's Fat Tuesday. It is celebrating the end prior to the start of the Lenten season, which, by the
Right.
way, also found out today Lenten is a word.
Wow. I don't know how you didn't know that.
Because my family, here we go, has always said Lent, the Lent season. It's time for Lent. I didn't know Lenten was a thing.
Your family also says turlet, so I don't know if I would trust anything they tell you.
That's that's why I look everything up. Everything gets double, triple checked, fact checked.
Yes, it is the Lenten season. You could say the season of Lent,
Hmm?
but if you're talking about the season, you would say Lenten season, which for those of you that don't know is a holiday that Catholics celebrate. Of course, it is the time before Easter when most people will give up things. It is marked for Catholics as Ash Wednesday, which would be tomorrow, is usually the start of it. It's when you see people walking around with ashes on their head and they're like, we're better than you, and we have ash on our head. And then they usually give something up or they add something.
I would always feel so judged around college time. I guess that's how I'll word it. When people would get the ashes, because you are right, with all due respect, if you didn't have them, because let's say you were in class or whatever, people would really judge. And it was like, oh, she didn't get her ashes.
Well, you went to a clearly a religious school then.
Maybe, maybe not. I don't know. I've never stated it publicly.
I did not go to Catholic colleges, so it was just the opposite. If you had it, people would literally be like, why are there ashes on your head?
Really?
Yeah.
That's really interesting. Okay, I'll just admit it. Yeah, I went to a Catholic college, and if I was in class all day and didn't happen to stop by and get them, people would make it known. People would be like, oh, you didn't get your ashes.
I mean, you were in college. You could have literally walked outside to anywhere anyone was smoking, stuck your thumb in the ashes, and put it on your head, which is what I always did.
What?
Oh, yeah. I would literally walk out because everyone's like, you gonna go? I'm like, sure, 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 sure. And I would lick my thumb, stick it in the ashtray, and go on my forehead. Done. I bless myself.
That's not how, first of all, that's not how it works. That has to
Mm,
be sacrilegious on so many levels. And also, um, extremely unhygienic, Eric.
I don't know. I think I am a lot holier than some priests. So I was like, me and God are cool. We have an understanding. I was busy.
That is true. It is about your understanding and your relationship with God, not with anybody else. So that is extremely valid.
Yeah.
I don't know why that makes me think of like Elf when he's taking like the gum off the railings.
Hmm. Yeah.
Yours would just be like, oh, ugh. I used to hate when my mom and grandma would do that to me. I have a birthmark on my chest,
Yeah, you
and
do, babe.
I have stop. Don't start with me. I have a birthmark on my chest, and it always looked like a smudge when I was little. So
Hmm.
my grandma always thought it was like spilt chocolate milk or like chocolate or something, and they'd be like, "Nick, come here," and they would do the and I used to hate it with a fiery passion.
What did people used to do to me? I feel, I'm very Italian. Like my family is very Italian. They would always do that. I want to eat your cheeks. Like my aunts and uncles when I was little would always like come up to me and like suck on my cheek and be like, I want to eat your cheek. Oh, Eric, I want to eat your cheek. Like that.
But I don't understand why relatives and family members do that. I don't understand why parents allow it. Nobody wants, even like children, they don't want to be touched. Like, don't squeeze their faces.
Yeah, but it's cultural. That's why I never understood when people made such a big deal about, that scene with like Cody or Paulie on Big Brother when they were like, oh my God, his dad is making out with him. I'm like, that's Italian. That's how every Italian person has ever grown up in their family.
That's a very valid point. That is something that watching that season when people are like, oh my God, no, that makes That makes sense. It's an Italian family, like,
Yeah.
love you, love you, love you. Bye, bye. Don't leave. I love you. But I mean,
Yeah.
speaking of cultures and traditions,
Yeah.
my family has taken on a new one, and my question
God.
would be, how many years does something have to happen until it's a tradition? Does it have
Okay.
to repeat 1 year, 3 years? Like, when does that occur? This is our
Right.
first year doing it, so I'm assuming I can't call it a tradition. Um, but we are beginning now with making a king cake for Mardi Gras.
Okay.
So the
Is that the
process,
one where you put the baby in it?
yes, I'm going to explain. So our process today was making this king cake, and I have the box with me.
You are saying king cake and not kink cake, right? Because I don't know if you had the conversation with them about wetting your cooch the other day, and then it would make sense that you made a king cake.
A king cake.
Okay.
King.
Was the
King.
whole family involved in the king cake?
This was a mom, me, and Kayla endeavor.
Okay, at any point when you had to ask to add the water to the cake, was there any snickering? Or anybody bring up anything? Were they like, careful, Nicole, the water goes in the bowl, not in your lap? Was there any
No,
of that? Like, there
I
hasn't been any discussion.
no, I don't believe anybody in the household is aware of what happened except for Dad. I don't know if Dad thinks he dreamt it or if Dad is just avoiding it because it was awkward. And we're just gonna write that under the rug. What is that, another thing like
All right.
Italian families do?
No,
I don't know.
it's dead. By the way, I'm only bringing it back up because I want to make sure that it's dead and we can move on. I didn't want you to later go, oh my God, and then we were making the cake. That's the, I wanted to make sure we've moved on from your accident.
It's not that it's dead. It's just that it was never awoken.
Okay, no, great. So we've moved
Yeah.
on.
Yeah. So we made the king cake, mostly mom, but myself and Kayla did help.
Okay.
And with this cake, I showed it during the pre-show with Nicole. I was showing chat what it actually looks like. Um, we blame Kayla for this. They said make it into an oval ring, and Kayla, not really knowing this tradition, didn't know it was actually a circular ring. But she made a loaf. So she made like a loaf, an oval loaf, which is fine, to each their own. Like you said, it's about your relationship. So our relationship with this cake, it's still part of the tradition. It is still a king cake, even though it's not in the correct shape. So with that being said, it came out in a loaf. And
Okay.
now hopefully they don't eat it without me. I don't think they will, but we have to still put the confectioner sugar. We still have to put the rainbow sprinkles. They're not rainbow. There's colors and there's reasons for them, which I'll explain in a second. And Mama, who was the main person cooking the cake, is going to hide the baby.
Okay.
I feel like you have something to say before I continue.
Well, I'm the king, got a crown, so wear my cake, bitch.
You are more than welcome to come over.
No, the king doesn't go to the peasants, Nicole. The king doesn't go to the peasants. The
Are you
peasants bring the
calling my
cake to the
family
king.
peasants?
Yup, in this scenario, I am, because I'm the king.
Yeah, but Mom's the queen, and I think queen trumps king.
I would agree with that.
Right? And who would I be then? I guess I'd be like the court jester.
Yup, I was gonna say court jester.
I'm here for your entertainment. Okay, so what I would like to share, they have it explained on the box, and I want to read it
Oh,
because I'm a,
fun.
but I won't mess this up. I got this. It's right in front of me. Can't screw it up. Are we ready?
Okay.
Ready? The tradition of sharing king cake with family and friends during the Mardi Gras season began in the Middle Ages and was brought to the southern United States by colonists from France and Spain.
I'm acting it out. You go.
Okay, beginning on the Epiphany, which is the 12th night or January 6th, and culminating with Fat Tuesday, also known as Mardi Gras Day, the season is celebrated with parties and parades in advance of the start of the Lenten season. Today, in New Orleans, a pot of steaming coffee and a king cake constitute a party, and the lucky individual who finds the baby in or under their slice of cake must host the next party, thereby continuing the social gatherings throughout the season.
God, it was very hard to keep up with acting your story out.
Wasn't that cool?
I don't know. I got undercarriage.
Not under, either in the cake or under the cake.
Um, say
Are
again.
you are you a baby in the cake or are you a baby under the cake?
You mean my choice is, do I want the baby to be in the cake or do I want it to be on the bottom of the plate? I don't know. I feel like I don't want a baby. I don't want plastic baking in my cake.
Oh gosh. Okay. So, little bit of explanation here. You don't actually put the baby in the cake to bake it. Just like when you see those cakes that you cut open and all the candy pours out, like M&Ms or Skittles, I never understood how the candy doesn't melt. What that is you cook the cake and then afterwards you scoop out like the top 2/3 of the middle and pour candy into it, put a little bit of cake on top and icing it. So you put the candy in after. Same thing with the baby. So you make the cake, and then the person who made the cake either makes a hole in the top and puts the baby in and closes it, or shoves the baby up the bottom. But the person who made it puts the baby in after the fact.
I mean, I got news for you. I agree with what Azizi is saying. I think the baby is baked with the cake.
That is not how my family did it. We were afraid the baby would melt, and it's plastic, and that's very dangerous.
I agree. Well, I agree.
Now, quick side note, and tell me you don't think this is weird. Do you remember when
Okay.
you and I met with the psychic, and
Fortunately.
she said that she saw a baby around me in 2021.
Uh-huh.
Do you think that means that I will be the one to find the baby in the cake tonight, and I will be the one with the good luck for the next year?
I mean, one would argue that you've already been around the baby and it's February, so her prediction has already come true.
Oh my gosh, isn't that weird?
You
And
could
she said
argue,
around a February birthday. Your birthday's coming up. It's your birthday week. For the first time ever in my 26 years of life, we are making a king cake. So I finally have the little baby. I was just talking to Chat about the little baby. I think she predicted correctly.
yeah, no, that's great. That is literally why psychics get to con people out of money.
We're not starting this argument again.
Okay.
Enough of that bull crap. Okay. And also, I think it's very interesting. I think it has a lot to do with it. I would like to think that I'm going to be the one to find the baby tonight. Head into the TVCO community, Hello Friends community, because I'm going to put a picture of our finished cake with all the sprinkles, and I will reveal who finds the baby. And I really hope it's me.
First, you're going to put it in the Hello Friends community first, and then you'll
Yes,
post it everywhere like
yes,
tomorrow.
yes. But the community has to see it first.
Yes. And we don't want to
So,
deny everybody, but yes, we give it to them first, and then we'll put it everywhere tomorrow.
yes. What I would like to also share, I don't know where the accent
I'm
came from,
confused about something. Why is the box open?
because we made the cake.
Oh, okay. Can I
It
see the
was
top of the box?
it was cake mix in it.
No, no, I get it. Can I just all right. And I just
Why
found it interesting the way that you've opened that box. It really looks like you did a number on it. Do,
I
do,
ripped it open?
you just ripped it open. You really
Just
okay,
like
no,
that.
it's
Rip the
interesting. I'm fascinated by the way people open boxes. How'd it?
Don't judge the way I open my box. So, with the colors of Mardi Gras, purple, gold, and green,
Right.
purple signifies justice,
Okay.
green signifies faith,
Okay. No justice for that baby, but go ahead.
and gold signifies power.
Right.
So right now you have on your gold crown, so that's power, but you also have on green, so you have a lot of faith. I'm not seeing a lot of justice though in your aesthetic.
I'm not here for justice today. I'm only here for money and faith.
Okay, I'm here for justice.
Money is my god.
That is a horrible, horrible thing to say. I'm just here for the baby. That's what I'm here for.
I'm totally confused as to the whole candy in the cake. Can you show me the box? Like I want to see does the box have a finished cake on it? I'm confused about the cake. I see Chat's a little confused about the cake. Okay. So it's just a plain ass cake. Well, clearly the baby is hidden under that yellow lump in the back. I mean, this one ain't hard to find. And then what is it, like food coloring or sugared sprinkles that
They
represent
are
the?
they are colored sprinkles. So I mean, this one is a pre-made box, but we have like a packet of purple, we have a packet of green, and we have a packet of yellow sprinkles that came with it.
Okay, I love it. Now, when you say they're shoving candy in it,
No, that was a reference to different types of cakes.
okay, got it, got it.
So have you ever seen a magazine like when they cut the cake open for somebody's birthday and like M&Ms pour out?
Got you.
I was always like, how did the M&Ms not melt? That makes zero sense to me. But then I since learned, let's say the cake is like this
Okay.
tall. You after it's done baking, you hollow out like 2/3 of the middle, pour M&Ms in, put a little button on top, and then put icing on it then. So all the candy is added after the fact.
I see Maximus Mom said the person that gets the baby also gets the crown.
Yes, you find the baby, which means you're going to have good luck for the year. You get the
Okay.
crown, your royalty at the party, and that means you are then responsible for bringing the king cake to the party the following year, which is
Okay.
nice because it's kind of like how you can't have repeat HOHs in Big Brother. You can't have somebody getting all the good luck every year. You know what I'm trying to say?
I agree. I agree.
Yes.
I agree. So are they out of it? Or did you just say that they're out of the running? Like they can't?
Yes. So
Oh.
mom is going to hide the baby today, and she is not eligible to find it. So it'll be dad or one of us three that finds it. And then that means we are responsible for hiding the baby next year. And like I said, I wonder how many years it takes before something is considered a tradition. Like I can't say, oh, my family has this tradition
5.
because we just did it this year.
5.
5 years.
5 years.
You think so?
Yeah.
I would say 3. Because like once you're starting it, second, okay, you did it again. 3 is like, okay, I'm keeping up with this. Like that's a tradition.
Okay. Here's the thing though. And
Mhm.
I think you might think that I'm joking around here. When am I getting the cake?
When you come over to get it.
Again, the king doesn't go to the peasant.
That's just too bad. Listen, okay. If you come here, I give you a slice of cake, or you can pick your slice of cake. You might even get the baby with the good luck. Then there is also a surprise for you as part of your birthday week of celebration. So the closer you come here, the more goodies are bestowed upon you. But it's kind of like, you know, like the Pope has their Pope mobile. You need to get in the King mobile and come here to receiveth thy gifts.
Still no. Brink123 says, to me, it's once it's passed on to the next generation. Ooh, you're going to have some babies.
Oh my gosh, maybe that's what it is. She saw that I was going to start this tradition this month of February around your birthday month, and it's going to be a tradition that I continue forward until I have kids. So she saw the birth of a tradition.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. We'll see if I keep up with it next year.
I mean, yeah. Lexi Lou says, but it's his birthday week. You have to bring it to him. Thank you, Lexi. Let me explain to you what Nicole thinks a birthday is. Nicole thinks that's when it's my birthday, I should have to do extra work and more work. It's not like, oh, it's your birthday, you get to relax. It's, oh, it's your birthday. Here's flaming hoops you have to jump through.
You know why? Because birthdays have to do with aging. And I have to make
I
sure
can't jump. I'm old.
you have to make sure that you don't become, like stagnant in your elderly age. I got to keep you moving. I got to keep you active. You're welcome.
Okay. Here's the thing, Nicole. Number
Okay.
one, I'm assuming this. So, what I'm hearing is this is the second show in a row where you don't have any surprise or anything for my birthday week. I got nothing yesterday and I'm getting nothing again today. Is that what I'm hearing?
I
It's
mean,
becoming a real shitty birthday week.
don't say that. I do have surprises. They're physical, and you're not coming to this location. So what do you want me to do?
Do.
Okay,
What's a no?
well, it's a no. The birthday surprise is not happening. What I will say, what I was surprised to see today on the news in regard to Mardi Gras, they said that they showed like the festivities from last year in New Orleans, obviously with all the parades and the festivities and the happiness, and that was, for lack of a better way to word it, before air quotes COVID. Um, I mean, it wasn't before it, but it was before like it had become a big thing in the States and people were aware and whatnot, whatever. So they were showing all the festivities. This year, obviously, they canceled all the parades. They closed a lot of the bars. So what they're doing in New Orleans is Yardi Gras. And what that is celebrating Mardi Gras in your yard. So people have like decorated with giant like beads and feathers and flowers. And this one house had this giant like looks like the plant from that musical. What's that musical with the plant that Little Shop of Horrors?
Little Shop of Horrors.
Yeah, they had that on their. I got it before you did. They had that on their lawn, and everybody's driving past houses admiring the Yardi Gras festivities.
Okay. I know you just said a lot about Mardi Gras and Yardi Gras, and you were making all good points. You've brought up a lot of good things on this show. I got to admit, I feel informed. I feel like any show that people are walking away from where they're learning something is a good show. I've been stuck in 5 minutes ago where you told me that you once again don't have anything for my birthday week. I'd like to pull up a meter for the audience at this point. And I would like to know to everyone watching, do you think that Nicole is going to have anything for me surprise-wise for my birthday week? Because we're on day 2 and she hasn't done it. So we went right to no. Let's just note that original reaction was no from everyone.
I have no comment.
I mean, it's barely yes. It's barely yes.
Yeah, because maybe there's surprises that people don't want to spoil.
Well, here's a surprise. I'm on day 2 with no surprises. That was a surprise to me.
Surprise! Keeping you on your toes. You were expecting something, you didn't get it. Surprise!
Okay, everybody, and by the way, no matter what chats you guys are watching in, you can participate in this YouTube, Facebook, wherever you are. You just have to type yes or no. So everybody, stop that one. I'm going to force you all to stop. I'm going to reset the meter because we're going to go again. I have another question.
I feel like I'm taking a lie detector test.
No, I just want to know if the audience is on my side. Already, they're clearly against me, but I'm going to turn the meter back on in a second. Do we think that Nicole's going to find the baby? So, do we think that Nicole is going to be the one? No. I like a strong no. It always comes out of the gate no. Oh, wow. Keep in mind, it is a 1 in 5 chance.
1 in 4. Mama's not looking.
Oh, right. 1 in 4. Wow. No one has faith that you're going to find this baby, Nicole.
You know what? Now I really want to find this baby. And when I have all this good luck raining down on me in 2021, you will not reap the rewards, whoever voted for no, and I will find out who you are.
I got to say, I'm looking at chat. There's only like Nicole A. fan is a yes. Beck is a yes. Garland is a Y, so that's not registering. There's yes. ZZ is a yes.
Okay, so I got a couple. Thank you, guys.
Melbell's a yes. You got some yeses.
I took note. I took note of those names you just listed. And when I find the baby and prosperity is rained down on me from the heavens, you will all be receiving checks in the mail.
Okay, now I'm going to lock it one more time, but we're going to do one more thing. However, I'm glad that you got the names, so you're going to send them checks in the mail. Can you tell me what the names are again? Because I want to make sure I have them correct.
We have a Nicole A. fan. We have a Melbell. We have a Garland. We have a ZZ. We have a Becca.
Darn, I really thought you were not going to remember what they were. Okay.
Don't mess with this girl in her short-term memory, okay? I'm used to those competitions. I got it. What? Come beast!
All right. I feel I did the last 2 yes or no's. Before I send our meter away, is there any yes or no that you have for the chat?
Yeah, I have a question.
Okay. I will turn it on as soon as your question is done.
I was gonna make a joke and say I have a health question because I do have a health question, but that's probably for a late night show. Realistically, in regard to this show, don't we think Eric looks good in glasses and should wear glasses permanently?
Oh my God.
I think you look good.
It doesn't look like people agree. It looks like
I
it's
think
right in the middle. Oh, nope. They're saying no.
no. I think they're on
No.
the fence. They're like, "Ooh, it looks okay." Rephrase. What if they're not pink? What if they are glasses, but we go like maybe a darker route, more blue to bring out his eyes. Maybe get some
You're
blue in there.
kind of winning them over a little bit with
Come on,
that.
blue. Think of a dark blue to bring out those crystal blue eyes. Give him one of these, Eric. Let us. There it is. There it is. Now imagine that with blue glasses. You know, Chad knows. See, I'm winning them over. There it is. Oh, a little lip bite, action.
Looks like it barely made yes.
Okay, so at least you know people are
And oh,
they like the
damn it.
face.
I locked it in and I was hoping it was going to lock on. No. All right. Good job, everyone.
Can I
Good
also
job.
just make note that you and I do have on the same glasses today? The ones I wore are actually the ones that you emulated.
Yes, I'm aware. Stupid turtle.
It's not turtle.
Tortoise, whatever it is.
I call it camouflage.
Okay. So here's the thing.
Okay.
We've established it's day 2 of my birthday week and you got nothing for me. Somebody brought up a really good point because are we able to make our announcement now about Friday?
Yes, of course we can make our announcement about Friday.
So get ready, everyone. This is the first time I'm going to be hearing this. I'm sure everyone has heard my requests to Nicole. I was like Kathy Griffin, Rosie O'Donnell, Lance Bass, Tyler Oakley. These are all people Eric would love for his Friday birthday show. Who we got, Nicole? I'm ready.
We have Devin of the challenge. And I like it. I think it'll be good. I think our birthday festivity and festiveness will make him really love Big Brother people.
Do you hate me?
That's a very loaded question. In what regard?
You know it's not my fault you didn't do well on Big Brother, right? Why do you have to ruin my birthday week?
I have so many smart ass answers that I don't want to say. But like,
No, that's fine. I am actually really excited for Devin. I cannot wait to see the you and Devin dynamic. For those of you who may not come to our challenge watch parties, or for those of you who may not particularly like the challenge, but I think you are a Big Brother fan, here's what you need to know about the challenge and Devin. So number one, the challenge is a competition show like a Big Brother meets Survivor. And they bring people from all reality TV shows, and they've been bringing on a lot more Big Brother people.
yes.
Devin is a character on the show who is obviously not from Big Brother, but he very much does not like Big Brother players. His entire storyline this season is I hate Big Brother players. Big Brother players are spineless. They're losers. They're manipulative. They're liars. They're the worst type of people. If he has a scene this season, best believe there is several sentences in there about how Big Brother players are the worst. So as you could imagine, that brings out a lot of Nicole rage during our watch parties.
You know, I don't think of myself as a very triggered person, but it's kind of like it's family. So if someone says like, "Oh, those Anthony's," I'd be like, "What'd you say?" So it's kind of like that when someone says, "Oh, those Big Brother players." It's like it's a blow to your ego and to your pride and to your self-esteem. So yes, I get extremely defensive.
For those of you that might remember Nicole during the comic book competition where she said, and I quote, "Get production on the line. I'm going to shove my fist up Memphis's bleep bleep." Um, yeah, it's like that,
But
but worse.
but we
And
had
now they're
Memphis
going to
on
be
the
together.
show, and I think it went well.
Yeah.
So I think this will go well. I think I can air my grievances. I can ask him what's up. And maybe if he really does have this resentment for Big Brother players, maybe I'm the one that will make him realize they're not that bad.
Maybe you will be.
You know?
We should
Maybe
play a game with him.
we should.
We should like create some sort of a game like a Big Brother. We should think of a Big Brother verse challenge game that the audience can play along
Okay.
on
Okay.
Friday because it's like a birthday party.
Oh, I like this.
So it could be like a game that we play with Devin, and then we cheat and make ourselves the winners.
Love that. Love that plan. And this way, Big Brother, won over a challenged person. This way, he has to admit defeat.
Perfect. Abby in the TV code chat says Nicole is one of the best players in BB21. I agree totally. BB21, one of the best.
Thank you so much, Abby. I believe I'm a very good player at Big Brother. We don't need to look. We don't need to look or assess the later, season.
No, I specifically said 21.
Yeah.
Nicole A fan 83 said that was awesome. Rage Nicole's the best.
And you know what it is, I will say, and maybe I am like assessing his character incorrectly. I feel like Devin is the type of person who will like feed into it and laugh it off. Like I feel as though some people, if I were to be like, F that person, how dare they speak ill of Big Brother, it would be like, I'm so hurt. I'm gonna block her on social media and never talk to her. I feel like he's a type of personality where it's like, yeah, let's talk it out. Let's do this. And I think he's a type that will like own it and laugh about it and converse about it and then move on, you know?
Yeah, 100%. I mean, like I say, every person that I have not been a fan of on a show, I end up loving when they come on our show because they tend to be the most respectful to us, nicest, funniest, can laugh at a joke. And it's always the people that I think, oh my God, I love them so much, or they're going to be so great, are usually always the people that give us a runaround or have a da, da, da. So it's always the way. And I don't know if it's that the quote unquote more unlikable people have to go the extra mile and have to be nicer to break their reputation, where a nicer player or person might not have to try that hard. But I mean, I know you, and one would argue you're one of the nicest people that played, and I think you're very respectful of people's time. And oh, Jesus, I take it back. You're a horrible wench, and but yet you're nice to people. Oh, Jesus, what did I say?
Eric, I think that's the nicest thing you've ever said to me.
Oh my God.
Oh my God, I feel like it's my birthday week.
Well, it sure doesn't feel like mine. I'm glad. Hold on to that moment.
Thank you.
What?
I can't believe you just said that to me. Thank you very much.
You're welcome. Hold on to that moment, because is it almost time for us to talk about what we're giving up for Lent? Because I think mine might be you. Boop.
That's not funny. Okay, so listen, for those who maybe don't know, the Lenten season is a time when those of the Catholic, belief system, give up a vice, something that obviously you don't give up like something that you need to live, like water or something, but you give up something that is an extra, not a necessity. And I can't think of the way to describe it, but something that adds joy to your life, but that you don't need to survive. What'd you say?
It's supposed to be a sacrifice to resemble the sacrifice that Jesus did when dying for our sins and being crucified on a cross, allegedly.
As per the Catholic belief. And you don't have to be that belief. We're just saying that's what it is.
Yes, that's what Lent is. So, and my parents have always, for me, all growing up, they were very much not of that you give up during Lent. They thought that Lent is a time to add. So whether it would be say more prayers or donate food to a local shelter each week or blah, blah. So my parents always did adding of things during the Lenten season versus sacrificing something.
That is really interesting. Ours, I grew up with, you give something up for Lent. And then we also do not eat meat on Fridays.
Oh yeah, no meat on Fridays.
And then we won't eat meat tomorrow. We won't eat meat I feel like there's another holiday in there too that I'm missing. But obviously Fridays. And yeah, that's actually a good way to do it as well. Like add something like giving back. I like that.
I was pretty much over the whole meat thing when we were in high school, and I went to Catholic high school, and we had like the dance, and you had to like buy tickets to the dance. And like in the middle of the everybody was saying like, oh, but the dance is after school and everyone's going to be hungry and there's no dinner and it's a Friday in Lent. And like, like when you go to Catholic high school, there's like the priest that oversees the school, and he's like, oh, no problem, I did a blessing, you're allowed to eat meat now. And I was like,
Oh,
oh, okay, well, me too, blessed forever, no meat.
I
I mean,
see.
meat, always meat.
I have slipped up here and there,
Mhm.
by accident, and then become like so guilty and upset. Um, Although I will say, if there were like times in college where if I had like a night class and I'm like, oh my gosh, darn it, like let's just say like I went out and got like a turkey sandwich, darn it, why'd I do that? But then I'm like, Nicole, you're gonna starve to death and you're not gonna be able to sit through a 3-hour night class. So I would like say my prayers and be like, please understand that I'm just trying to survive through a class and not be starving to death. But I don't know, it's something that's a tradition for me. That's something that I do continue forward, which, I'm not extremely religious. I'm not extremely like, I don't go to like church every week or, on the holidays, but I don't know. That's something that I try to adhere to as much as I can.
This is so a thing, because I know this could be a super long discussion, but I would
Yeah.
actually like to get into this maybe like during one of the podcast ones. But I just have it's not a rhetorical question, but I have a question.
Okay.
Like, you love your mom,
Yes.
like you love your mom so much.
Yeah.
You have like abundance of love for your mom.
Hmm.
You Is there ever a scenario that you can see like later in life where, like, let's say you had to take care of your mom for something, she wasn't feeling good, she was sick, she got the flu, and now you have to take care of her, right?
Okay.
And while she's sick with the flu, do you ever see a scenario where you'd say to her, mom, I don't know, if you actually love me and want me to take care of you, I'm going to need you to make me dinner and give me $300. And then I'll know that you love me. And then I'll take care of you.
No, I don't understand where this is going, but no.
No, I don't think God thinks that either. And I think religion makes it up with their don't eat meat and sacrifice and all that shit.
I think Eric makes it up when he says, buy me gifts or I won't be happy with you on my birthday. But anyway, I do very much believe that. I do very much believe that, like you were saying earlier in this episode, it has to do with your relationship with God and what you firmly believe. Like, I know there's people that, oh, she claims to be a Catholic, but she doesn't go to church, or she doesn't really know a lot about the religion. The way I see it is, yes, I was brought up in the Catholic faith, but I believe what I believe. I do believe in
Mhm.
ghosts. I do believe in past lives. I do believe in the soul continuing on. And those are all things that are like not part of my religion, but I believe them. And I'm like, that's my relationship with my higher order. And I
Yeah,
think, yeah, I think it's like case by case. So for me personally, do I necessarily completely understand why we don't eat meat and why we give something up? And, oh, I go to church and make sure
I
I'm
could
there
tell
on
you if you'd
Sunday.
like to know.
I know, I understand what you're saying, but what I'm saying is, for me, I don't do it not because I'm told don't do it. I do it because, yeah, I mean, yeah, I'm conditioned from years of it, but it's also what I feel comfortable doing, and that's my
Right.
relationship with my higher order.
It was done for oh my god, I want to say sanitary reasons in the biblical times, when things would go rancid and go bad and you couldn't cross contaminate meat and dairy and stuff like that, and religion was the way they controlled people back then. So they made it part of the religion, when in fact it was just a cultural thing. I studied religion for 25 years of
Yeah.
my life, was forced to, so I know all about it. Here's the best bumper sticker that I ever read and changed my life for forever. God favors no group, only religions do that.
Yeah. Absolutely. And I'm such a firm believer, here I go with my TikTok references. There's a transgender woman that I follow on TikTok. I am obsessed with her. And I saw one particular TikTok video where a person was like guesting in on like I guess you'd say like a Skype call or something. And the person was like, what do you mean transgender woman? I don't get it. Why wouldn't you stay the way God created you? And that, and I was like, yeah, but you can't say that, because if God created that human being, God created that human being to feel how they feel and express how they express and exist how they exist. So if I am quirky Nicole who loves unicorns, God loves me for that. According to
Right.
Nicole Anthony's beliefs. I'm not pushing those on anybody, but that's just what I believe, that my God loves me for being quirky Nicole and, loving who I love and believing what I believe. And I think I kind of went into a very powerful thing right there. I know I'm going to get
Don't worry, I'm getting us out of it if you hold your breath. So,
okay.
or it could be what we learned from our soul contract show with Caitlin. Maybe that transgender person is that way because it's part of their soul contract, and it is for them to help other people like that person learn what they need to learn in this go round of their life. Maybe it's for that person to learn tolerance and patience and things like that.
I love that. I love that. It's a learning experience about acceptance and understanding. I do love that.
I love it too. So what are you going to give up for Lent? Because I'm assuming you are observing Lent.
Yes. So we do observe it. I do like to give up, like I said, a vice, typically a food. In the past, I have done.
Please not sugar. Sugar, please not sugar. Please not sugar.
Hold on. In the past, I have done, which again, I never thought I had a sweet tooth. It wasn't until BB21 with that freaking bucket of chocolate that I realized, oh my God, I love sugar. I used to give up pretzels, popcorn, like those were like my big, like salty ones, and then gum. I think
if you
once
tell me you're giving up sweets, we're going to have a big problem. I'm going to need you to cut to the chase.
So recently, I don't remember what I gave up last year, but I believe it was soda. And that's where I am again right now. I think
great, fine.
I think I should give up soda. I think I don't want to give up something that I like that keeps me sustained. Like, I'm obsessed with eggs. But the thing is, if Nicole gives up eggs, those are what I survive on, and I will literally wither up and die. So I don't think my God would want that. So I think I'm gonna do something like soda. I think that's probably the best bet for me, because I tend to be really bad with, like, or maybe I'll just lump it as like sugary beverages like soda, what my family calls sips or juice boxes, whatever people call them, Capri Suns, Yoo-Hoos, like that. Maybe I'll just lump together like sugary beverages.
Snapple?
I haven't drank Snapple in a while, but yeah, I can lump that in there with that.
So pretty much you're only going to drink water or milk or tea or coffee.
Yeah, I think I'm going to try to make it that. I think I'm going to cut out soda, sips, Yoo-Hoos. Which doesn't mean, again, now I have caveats, which doesn't mean I can't have my tea with milk and sugar. You know what I mean? It just means I'm not going to break open a box of Yoo-Hoos or Capri Suns or Coca-Colas. And I think me limiting the sugary beverages will help.
All right, just as long as you're not cutting sugar out, I feel it would affect this show too much. I'm being the curmudgeon. What?
Maybe I should go more the caffeine route. That's actually a valid point.
Then you'd have to give up chocolate.
Oh yeah, that's true. See, I'm thinking like liquefied caffeine in the sense of like soda, coffee, caffeinated.
You don't drink coffee.
I do. I've been bad lately.
Okay. Well, me being the curmudgeon person I am not giving up anything because I don't think God cares. But you know, we know that people are maybe not Catholic, or maybe they don't observe Lent, but we thought it would be fun to do.
Excuse me. What is yours?
I literally just said I'm not giving up anything. I don't believe in it.
I thought you had a joke. I thought a joke was coming here.
I already did. I'm giving up Nicole. Boop. I did it before.
Wow, that was not. You could have delivered that so much better.
I delivered it perfect before.
I think you should give up bad jokes. That'll help us out a lot.
It's funny before. So
I
We
should give
wanted
up
to.
being savage because I do it all the time.
Yeah, yeah. No, I remember. Um, I'm sorry. What were
I'm
you
just
gonna
kidding.
call a house meeting, or is it okay if I bring up the poll?
Maybe I will. Maybe I won't. You gotta wait and see.
Savage. So, okay. We thought we would bring up a poll. And again, we know that people might not observe Lent or be Catholic. So we thought a fun way to phrase it just would be, what is a vice that
Well,
you would give up?
yes, and I think you should check, that and check the choices and whatnot before we get into it. But because when it comes to a vice, it could be something like I said that's not necessarily healthy for you, something that you are obsessed with. Some
Mhm.
people tend to lean towards like sweets and cupcakes. Some people tend to lean towards salty things like chips. I believe, if I remember correctly, my one
Mm.
sister is giving up. I'm probably so wrong. I'll go based on previous years.
Okay.
Previous years, Megan has given up gum because she's a big gum chewer. Mom has given up chips because we don't want her eating those damn salty chips.
Mm.
Dad has given up chips, and I think Kay was also chips. I think last year it was like the whole family did chips, and then I did soda and Megan did gum. And I've realized
Really?
I'm so much more similar to Megan in a sense of a sweet tooth
Oh,
recently. So me and her tend to give up the sweets. Other side of the family tends to give up the salties. But I don't really know what exactly they're doing this year. I need to investigate, and I will inform you guys about that as well because I haven't really seen Megan chewing gum. And that's just a side note about my family. If anybody's interested in what they're obsessed with and what they're giving up.
okay. Okay. So I am curious. We will have people put it in a chat. And I will see what people's chat answers
Okay.
are. If there is something that you guys would give up, what would it be that you would give up? So would you
Yes.
rather go with something sweet, a snack,
Alcohol.
alcohol, television? So I see Rod Carson says junk food, Adelez says chips, Mel Bell says sweets, Lost and Cruz snacks. Sunrise loves peanuts, says chocolate. Robin chocolate. Nicole fan chocolate. Melissa Oreo snacks, gummies. Starlet 7 says edibles.
Oh, that's good. You should give up. If let's say like you're a smoker, maybe it's a good time to try to quit. Give up maybe drinking, especially if you're somebody who maybe tends to drink maybe more heavily than others. I think giving up like edibles and gummies and those type of
Mhm.
things personally as someone who doesn't do them, I think that's an incredible idea because it also I think the way I see it too with Lent, it's a good time to try to set one of your New Year's goals. So like for me, one of my goals, like, oh, drink more water, be healthier. Okay, Lent is going to help me with that. Thank you, Jesus. You know what I mean? Like it kind of helps you start a new process and a new path. And I don't know if there's something that you no longer want to do, or like Eric was saying, maybe there's something you want to add during
Mm.
this time. I don't even think you have to be religious. I would argue those of you who don't necessarily follow or celebrate Lent, you can join us as a community and, whether it be add something positive to your life or take away something negative just for the hell of it.
Yeah, just for the hell of it.
Mhm.
Oh, I see. It's going to be hard, says Starlet. I still said I would like to give up. I would like to give up Nicole.
That's not funny. If you were to join me in solidarity and I give up like soda, what would you be willing to say, you know what, I'm going to try to cut this out for like a couple months?
Here's the thing. Here's the thing. I already give up enough. I don't need to give up anymore.
Oh,
What
that
more do I need to give up?
you need to tune that tiny violin. Let me tell you.
I
You
mean,
can't say me because I'm not your vice. What are you, a painter?
aren't
I'm your
you?
muse.
Aren't you?
Oh, thank you.
All right. We have it now where you guys can weigh in on the poll live. So, again, wherever you guys are watching, you can do hashtag or #1 for sweets, #2 for snacks, #3 for alcohol, #4 for television. That is a lot of people's guilty
And
pleasure. So, what?
and it doesn't need to be the whole thing. Like if you're going to give up chocolate, obviously vote for sweets. If you're going to give up a certain type of alcohol, obviously vote for three. Like it doesn't mean like give it all up.
Interesting. I see a lot. I mean, and I can see, I was trying to do something to separate sweets because, like obviously sweets could fall into snacks, but I was thinking of snacks more as like
So
chips,
yeah.
eating in between meals. Like people do that too. Like they'll give up in between the meal. But it seems like sweets and snacks are where it's at.
And I see a lot of people, saying like, life is too short, or I don't believe in like those type of religious things, whatever it may be. I think, like I was saying, yes, life is short, but I think also life is short. So someone like me, I am not healthy in my sugar consumption, and life is too short to make myself more unhealthy and possibly shorten it. So I think it's a time to challenge yourself to be healthier, be better, or
Sure.
it doesn't, like I said, doesn't have to fall hand in hand with a religion. You could just say to yourself, you know what, I want to take this time to be
Sure.
healthier or be better or give back.
Sure. I'm going to call it for sweets at 36% is what I think most people consider to be their vice or what they would have or what they would be, we'll say, willing to give up, but mainly what is their vice. But yeah, I think if you are not a person who necessarily wants to do it for religious
Yeah.
reasons, you could just, like Nicole said, pick this time now as a time to do it when you know that there are a lot of other people doing it for other reasons around you. It's just a time that maybe you would have support. Again, I will say, I'm good.
I see Cherie saying, I gave up cussing one year. That was hard. That's something I should try to implement. I should
No,
try
you
to
wouldn't
implement
be
it.
able to do it.
Don't challenge me.
I
I
would
will
love to see
say,
you give up cursing.
I'm the type of person too that gets very guilty. So there's been times like, let's say I gave up popcorn, and then I, let's say, went out with somebody during like the Lenten season, and like, oh, I got you a bucket of popcorn. I'd be like, I don't want to be rude, and I think my God would understand that I'm not being rude.
I
So I've
just
done that before.
I just want to be very clear. You are locking in that you're giving up sodas, drinks, and all of that stuff, correct? That is
I'm
final answer. Because I mean, it starts tomorrow, so you don't have any time to change your mind.
definitely soda, and I do think I'm gonna lump into that. Like I'm gonna make it very specific. Like Capri Suns and Yoo-Hoos.
Awesome. Because I'm more of a devil than an angel, and I can't wait to just. Oh, I think I'm gonna send sodas to your house. I think I'm gonna have like, oh, I think we're gonna be like, today's show is sponsored by Capri Sun. So sugary,
Now,
delicious.
I I think I'm no. I have I'm not even you frustrate me
Thinking
so
about
much.
it right now. So refreshing.
I have a very high threshold for I don't know, like I told my like I gave it up.
Great. You gave it up.
Yeah.
So you're locking it in. That's what your answer is.
I'm locking it in. Yes, soda.
Okay, great. It's going to be a fun 40 days over here. So no, just I would just be against you. I would just be against you giving up
Well,
sugar. I feel you need it to function.
that's the thing. I don't want to say the other option, which I said was like caffeine. And yes, I've been drinking more decaf tea lately, just for my own like anxiety reasons. But
Mhm.
I don't want to lump coffee into that category. And that's not me being like, oh my God, I don't want to give anything up. It's more so sometimes there's days where I quote unquote need coffee to function for what we do for work. And I feel as though me taking that away could hinder our work. And that's a whole nother ballpark. And again, I don't feel like my God would want me to sacrifice my work. So I'm going to go more the soda sip Yoo-hoo route, which I definitely drink at night. Like, I don't drink coffee for pleasure. I drink it for like, oh, I need the boost or whatever. I drink coffee, Capri Suns, Yoo-hoos at nighttime, at midnight for pleasure. I'm like, ooh, yeah.
And I see Sweet Lovin' says late night hangouts will be interesting.
You guys are going to experience me like raging.
Karen Mizzle says, how much coffee do you have in a day, Nicole?
I had a mug today. The mug, let's say the mug was this big, let's say. I fill it up with creamer about like that much. And then I put like that much coffee.
Okay, so she doesn't drink any coffee.
But you need to understand my body. When I drink coffee, I start shaking. I get very jittery. It does not end well. So I can't drink like a shitload of, I couldn't drink a mug full of black coffee. I think I'd go into like cardiac arrest.
I would just like to say before we get, okay, I'm sorry, I thought you were going to cut me off for a third time. I just want to say before we get too far into it, too far away from it, that, friends, is the devil. If I was going to be the little serpenty snake, all of those excuses about work and this and that, and that's why those are called excuses. That's the devil hissing in your ear.
No, I think excuses would be me coming up with a reason for the things that I drink at midnight, like coffee, like
It's like when the person
like no, but like soda I drink for enjoyment. Yoo-hoo I drink for enjoyment. Capri Sun I drink for enjoyment. I feel as though the days where I'm like, oh crap, like oh we have a show and like my sinuses are clogged and the synapses aren't firing. I feel like it would be a big detriment to the. I mean, I could give up coffee, but you're not going to have a very hyper Nicole on shows. Just going to admit it right now.
I'm sorry that you feel you need to do drugs to be yourself. That's sad. You know, you can just like put a hot rag over a thing of steam and breathe that in, right?
I'm just going to sip my decaf.
Oh, but decaf's okay.
What?
Nothing. No, nothing. 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 Nicole, we have to head into the after show. What?
Nothing.
No, tell me.
No, nothing. We'll talk about it.
Are you stalling because there might be a birthday week surprise coming up, or nah?
We'll talk about it in the after show.
Really?
Maybe, maybe not. House meeting, anybody?
We do have to talk about what you said in the after show. Your comment about Eric saying he doesn't want any things and then is expecting presents.
That's not what I meant. I meant whatever it was that you were referencing. You said, I don't believe that God would love you less if you didn't go to church, or God would love you less if you didn't give up something for Lent. So I said, that's like me believing Eric will love me less if I don't get him a birthday present.
Oh, well,
that's what I meant by that.
I will. So it was a test and you failed 2 days in a row. 3 strikes and you're out. I would like to announce the new co-host. Actually, it's going to be Nicole. I'm going to keep it in the family, everyone. It's going to be Kayla. It's going to be Kayla, Nicole's sister. She sounds just like me, so. They do sound exactly alike. And we had a good screen test earlier today. We were super compatible. So I don't know, you only got one more day left.
When I tell you, you two are so similar, it freaks me out.
I know.
Like scary.
Yeah, we're besties. Mm-hmm. I was late coming to this show because we got to have our hug session.
No, you weren't. We're not getting into this. No, stop.
We did. We had to have our hug time, and it went a little bit long. We let Megan in, your other sister, because she gets sad if she's not part of the hug time. But yeah, so we had our little hug session before the show. That's why I was a minute or so late. I apologize.
And you know what? I'm going to be available tonight because I'm going to be eating your cake and other surprises with my family. So.
Well, that's good because people that know me know I don't like cake. Now we're going to move on to the after show, everyone. And we hope that you guys will come. Who knows what we're going to argue about? Who knows what surprises will be over there? What I do know for sure is that wherever you guys are watching, remember to make sure that you follow, like, subscribe, share this show after the fact again so that you can be alerted when Devin joins us live everywhere on Friday. I also have a feeling that we will have another celebrity guest joining us soon, which could very well be a surprise, not live show. So you'll want to make sure that you're following us on your favorite platform to watch these shows so that you get the alert when the show drops. I mean, it is my birthday. I might not be getting presents, but I will be giveth them on Saturday to all of you.
Yeah.
Of
And
course. Of course, Nicole and I will be live tomorrow at 1 p.m. Eastern, doing our podcast recording live in the TV Co app. So, of course, you can download them anywhere where your favorite podcast provider is. But if you want to watch the video of it, that happens only in the TV Co app. And speaking of TV Co, shout out to Faraway Bay, which is having its finale this week as well. Who will multi-million subscriber? I'm in.
oh, shit, I gotta go.
YouTuber Dominic, who will he pick as his bae? I cannot wait to find out. Tommy guested in yesterday and hosted that show, so it was a lot of fun.
I have a side note before we finish.
Yeah.
I forgot. Oh, really quickly, also exclusively in the Hello Friends community of the TV Co app. Be sure you check it out because we have so many polls up. We have posts up. We have a questions for Devin section. If anybody has questions for him or topics you want to hear him discuss, make sure you put that there, as well as vote in a Devin poll. It has a question about, who you think he should partner with on a future season.
And apparently there's something in there about me because I've been forbade to go into the community for the past 2 days. I think Nicole's just trying to make you all think that I don't care about you this week, but I've been told that I'm not allowed in the community this week for some reason. So if you're wondering why I'm not commenting, liking, or interacting with any of you, it's because Nicole has forbade me to go in there.
Yes, Eric is forbidden from going in there. So make sure you check it out and just go look. Just like go through the pin section. No, it was a sexy wink.
Don't ever ever call that sexy, and please don't ever do it again.
Okay,
yep,
and go to the pin section and just check it out. But quick ending note, I just want to say I freaking love Tommy, and I cannot. That's just my statement. Like watching him, his energy and his sincerity and how passionate he gets, like I freaking miss him, and I just want to jump through the screen and hug him.
So why don't we get Tommy to join us on the podcast or on the show one of these days?
I miss him so much.
All right, well, let's do it.
Just want to squeeze him.
If you guys are watching in Facebook or YouTube or Twitch, and this is where you guys are getting off, we will again see you all on the next show. Of course, check out all of our content everywhere. We are live every single day, or come and head over into the TV Co app where we are heading in to the after show right now. We will see you guys all there. Bye for now, everybody. Bye, friends, with your kink cake.
And they're both fighting for our bae's attention. They want the date so bad.
What? You gotta go with your own heart.
I don't like this person. I don't like anything that they're doing right now.
How would you rate Dom's physical appearance?
Anything can happen.
And make sure you tune in. Subscribe. Go do it. I'm watching.